Short answer, yes. Wait, pause the video. What am I saying yes to? Well, if you looked at the actual title of the video, you'd know. Jeez. So today we are talking about Awesome Tanks, Awesome Tanks 2, Awesome Planes, and the mobile version of Awesome Tanks, which is not the same as the first Flash game. Do not think it is at all. The first 3 games were released as Flash games, and the last was released on Apple iOS and Android devices. I must say, these games are rockin'. They are really fun, and the last one, boy, is it long. And I mean long. So, we're going to go over each of these games chronologically. I'm going to show you all the details about the games, and crack a few jokes along the way to make this video more interesting. But before that, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It makes me so happy when I see a new subscriber and a new like on each of my videos, and you know, I get to make more content for you guys. So it's a win-win situation. Thanks. Back to the video. This is Awesome Tanks number 1, the first game in the series that gets the ball rolling for all the rest. When you first press play, you can choose a difficulty, easy, medium, or hard, and I'm going to choose medium for the sake of the video, and it's going to show you the upgrade screen. We'll come back to this in a little bit. First, you get a little bit of a tutorial. Not too hard, pretty easy. After that, you go back to the upgrade screen where you can see that you earned a little bit of money. This is what you can all spend your money on. You have your shield, your vision, turret speed, and your actual movement speed. The movement speed is going to be one of your most crucial items that you need to upgrade early on. Please take my advice. Some of your weapons. You have your regular turret that never runs out of ammunition. The shotgun, which does. The ricochet, which does. The tank, which does. The rockets, which does. And the laser, which does. Every single actual good weapon runs out of ammunition, so you're going to have to consistently buy ammunition after every single round. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it keeps you on your toes and makes you aware of what you're using and when you're using it. Each weapon can be upgraded 3 different times to make them more powerful. Also below, you're going to notice that there are 6 different badges that you can earn throughout the game just through doing various different tasks. You can also go back to the main menu, reset if you want to try your game over again, go to your stats, or press play to go to your level select screen. There are 15 levels both in the first game and in the second game you're going to see, and the first level, you're already done. Now we're on to the second. So these are the things that you're going to encounter within a Awesome Tanks level. There's always going to be barriers that you can blow up, break down, whatever you need to do to get to different areas of the level. There's going to be standing turrets that do not move but do track you. Moving tanks that are going to try to follow you if they notice you and shoot at you. There's going to be barrels that you can blow up next to the tanks, and it does a lot of damage. Most of the time it's going to one-hit them and blow them up. And then there's going to be the generators. To finish a level, you need to blow up every tank, every turret, and every generator. You're also going to notice that there can be some crates in the corners and around the map. These crates can drop a multitude of different things. They can drop health, they can drop ammo refills, and they can drop freezes, which freeze both tanks, turrets, and the generators. So this is a really powerful addition that you can use in your arsenal. Once you get enough funds, you can keep upgrading all of your different things, and it makes your job a lot easier. And you can see that I'm cruising through this no problem with just the regular turret and the shotgun. If you can get an enemy really close with a shotgun, it is almost guaranteed that you will one-shot them. It is so fun.
And I have a shotgun. Let me prove it.
As you go through the levels, you're going to notice that there's going to be different types of enemies. Your most common is going to be the turret tank, which is like the machine gun that you have at the very beginning of the game. You're also going to notice the shotgun tank, which is a little bit more powerful, but if you can get him at a longer range and you shoot him with the turret, it's easy peasy and you can take care of him. Next, you might encounter the long barrel tank, which is a little bit more powerful, and you're going to want to watch out for this guy because he's pretty accurate. He's going to shoot a really powerful single round about every second, and you need to stay out of his view. If you can pop him really early and get rid of him, that's probably the best course of action. Then you come across the rocket tank. These can be a bunch of buggers. So if you get a lot of rocket tanks in one place and they keep propelling rockets at you, they're going to follow you. They're homing rockets. So you're going to have to be constantly moving and dodging these things, going around corners, and it's just a pain in the butt if you get a lot of them. But once you unlock the rocket upgrade, it can be super easy because you can sit around a corner and just spam these things and take care of everything across the map without even actually confronting them. It's so nice. Then you have the last enemy type, the lasers. These guys can also be pretty bad, but as long as you're not in their sight, you should be okay. So again, using the homing rockets for this would probably be the best option. There's two different things we should also note. Each of these individual enemy types can also be placed as turrets, so they can have non-moving types and moving types at the same exact time. Also, each of these has bosses. And what I mean by that is that they have a single tank in a couple of different levels that has more health and shoots faster and more powerful rounds. In the very last level, oh, just wait to have some fun. Each enemy type is represented by a boss tank, a couple of regular tanks, and a regular turret. So it's a lot to deal with at one time, and if you start blowing up too many sections at too many times, you are done for, even if you have all of the upgrades. And that's pretty much all of Awesome Tanks number 1. It's a great game, I would definitely recommend checking it out, but with Awesome Tanks 2, it gets bigger and it gets better. Awesome Tanks number 2 is actually very similar to Awesome Tanks number 1, except for it has a few more additions. The difficulty settings is the exact same, easy, medium, hard. I'm going to choose medium again. And it jumps you right into the game. The very first thing you're going to notice is that there's a new type of tank, the Ricochet tank, the one that was missing in the last game. What a coincidence. Not. While we're on the topic of new tanks, we're going to reveal all the new tanks. There are 4 of them. You just met the first, the Ricochet. This is a pretty easy tank to defeat, not too much to worry about, being in the first level of the entire game, so don't worry too much about it. The second you're going to encounter is the Flamethrower tank. This is something that you should worry about just a little bit. If one of its flames touches you, it's gonna burn you for a little while, maybe a couple seconds afterward, so you want to stay as far away as possible and defeat it as fast as possible. But even with that said, it's not too tough to defeat. The third is the Landmine tank. This doesn't actually shoot anything or disperse anything, it's just going to rush you and try to blow up. If it catches you, it's going to do a lot of damage. So again, you need to stay as far away as possible and defeat it as fast as possible. And the last is the Railgun tank. This is a beast. You thought the laser tank was bad? This is even worse. It can shoot through other tanks, through walls. It's just a menace. And it's going to track you through the entire level and keep shooting. It's just bad. You really need to watch out when you encounter these because they can delete you pretty fast. But with the new tanks also comes new weapons for your tank. There are 4 of these as well. The first is the Flamethrower. Wow! The Flamethrower attachment on your tank is really nice. I love using this because if you catch an enemy just once, it's still going to burn them and it's going to make them crispy. The next is the Electroshocker. This one you don't see anywhere else in any of the games. No actual other tanks that use this, and this is honestly my least favorite thing to use because it's very similar to the way that the laser works, but it can attach to other things. So you can do a little bit of chaining, but not too much, and it does not too great of damage. So honestly, I would just use the laser over it. Just kind of meh. The third regular attachment is the Railgun. This thing is sweet. As soon as you can unlock this, this is basically the only thing you're going to want to use. It can shoot through multiple tanks at the same time, shoot through barriers, and if you land a hit, it's basically guaranteed to have a one-shot kill. Awesome. The last thing is actually mines. I don't use these too often, so I really don't have an opinion on them, but they're good if you know that another tank is trailing you. You can get an easy hit. You're also going to notice that instead of being upgraded 3 times, each thing can be upgraded 5 times. So you're going to have to spend a lot more money to upgrade each thing fully. And again, you're going to have to spend money on ammo each time. It's a pain in the butt with even more weapons to do it on. And again, the last level, oh my god, the last level is bad. So be ready to battle even more and crazier tanks all at the same time. Good luck. That's basically all of Awesome Tanks number 2. Not too much different from the first game except for more levels and more upgrades. But what is really different is the next game, Awesome Planes. This is Awesome Planes. Very similar in concept to Awesome Tanks, just different in execution. You're going to go straight into the tutorial and you'll have everything unlocked so you can try everything out. You have 4 different active weapons and 1 passive weapon that goes off every time you fire your active weapon. Once you beat the tutorial level, you go back to the upgrade screen, and this is where we're going to explain all the different things that you can upgrade in the game. So first you have your 2 performance upgrades. You have your armor, of course, which you can upgrade 4 times, and your afterburner, which you can also upgrade 4 times, which is basically like your speed. You have 4 different active weapons, which are your regular machine gun, your rockets, your grape shot, and finally, your laser. You can upgrade each of these 3 times, and you can also upgrade your grenades, which can also have clusters if you upgrade that setting as well. The more clusters you have, the bigger the explosions will be. When getting into the actual game, you're going to see 5 different types of things to destroy, and 4 different types of each enemy. The first is you're going to see a spotlight. This has no real functionality, except for just to make you light up a little bit. Nothing to worry about. Your generators, which don't do anything at all. I'm being serious, you just shoot these and they go away. Your actual turrets, which do shoot at you and can be different types. Your planes, which are the main focus of the game. And then there are also tanks. Kind of odd, but okay. Red color, which is the regular turret, which is just like your turret. The purple, which is rockets that only go straight. The green, which is rockets that are honing in on you. And the blue/silver, which is the laser. These ones are deadly and you need to watch out for these. But overall, this game isn't actually too hard. And what I think one of the main problems with this is that they actually don't have you buying any ammunition after each round. You just get unlimited ammunition for everything. And that's one of the things that I kind of griped on in Awesome Tanks, but it makes the game more complex and makes sure that you don't use all your ammunition willy-nilly. Here you just kind of use it and don't give it a second thought. With the game being so easy, I kind of glided through it no problem, and I almost didn't enjoy it as much. I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy it at all. I had a blast playing this, but it was a much shorter experience than I would have wanted it to be. Still 15 levels, but each level didn't have a whole lot of substance. The last level has a lot of stuff in it, and I do appreciate having so much going on at once and feeling a little bit of a rush, but nothing to the level of Awesome Tanks 1 or 2 at the very end. Before we move on to the final game, if you made it this far in the video, comment bananas in the comments. You're going to confuse a lot of people. And last, I want to touch on the mobile game of Awesome Tanks. This is going to be less of a actual in-depth conversation about each and everything, and you're going to understand in just a second. When we go to the actual upgrade screen, there are 2 upgrades for your tank and a lot of different weapon upgrades, which is why I'm not going to be able to go over it. I haven't unlocked everything because this game is 105 levels long so far, and I'm just not sinking that much time into a video. Sorry. Each weapon in this game costs a lot more than in the previous games, and I find that one of the main ways that you're going to have to be unlocking these weapons is by watching ads for coins. And I really don't like that. It's something that I understand why they're doing it, because it makes them money and you get coins in return, but I want to be playing the game. And you can absolutely play the game and get coins, but even after every 3 levels you're still going to see an ad, and the coins that you're going to be earning from each level isn't really going to be able to sustain you for very long. The last weapon you can get is the Prism, which is 980,000. It's going to take a long time for you to ever get that, and you're going to have to be watching ad after ad after ad to even get close to that number of coins. Or you can go to the shop and purchase 1,000,000 coins for $1. And you think, if these developers get 100,000 downloads and each kid buys $1 for 1,000,000 coins, that's $100,000. I just think it's a little shady what they're doing. I understand it in the mobile game culture, but it's just not something that I appreciate coming from the other games. I still think that this game is good and it has a lot of value for people that just want to play the game and not have to worry about everything else, but really locking some of your weapons behind paywalls just isn't the way to go. that's pretty much it for the entire video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please have a great day, and bye-bye.